It is Monday, and welcome to the post-vacation edition of Litter Media Live. Vacation for me, anyway. It's July 14th of 2025. I'm Dan Ramey. Good to have you with us here today. And to my left is our sidekick, Mr. Hen 2, a.k.a. Aaron Glandon.
Still a sidekick.
Everyone survived while I was gone.
Yes.
I could see. I was tuning in just every day just to make sure everybody was still alive, everything was good. And you did a great job, from what I understand, with the images for this date in history.
I have them right here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Do you recall what? Oh, that very nice.
My Eiffel Tower.
Yes. Now, this one I did see, but I didn't see the Eiffel Tower or what the first one was. Oh, I didn't see that one.
This one was for open heart surgery. So that's a heart and some tools.
I was actually getting out of the shower listening to the show. I couldn't see the show, but I heard Mike talking about the open heart surgery bit.
Yes.
And I couldn't quite get to see it in time live, and I forgot to go back and look at it. But
that's what that is.
Yes.
And he said those look more like dentist tools.
Yeah, it looked like
Wimbledon.
three of them did kind of look like that.
Yeah.
But that's a nice job on the Wimbledon Logan. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe I don't have to do that now.
No, you still do.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, today we actually have an image that we can use, so we'll have that for today. It's along the lines of sports for you as well, so stick close for that. But first, let's tell you about our forecast and how things are shaping up for the week. Showers are possible each day this week. I know it looked like rain when I was coming in to town today, but looking at the radar, all that rain was pushed off to the east, making its way out of Ohio now. And this is going to go right through Wednesday. High temperatures in the low to mid 80s, so it's very summer-like and very much like what we might expect July weather to be here in Ohio. So keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. You keep an ear on us, as we always said on radio. But you can follow along. Just go to our website, littermedia.com, and you'll find under weather, click on weather. It takes you right to an interactive weather map. For instance, I was in Daytona Beach last week, and I could use that to see how the weather was doing while I was on vacation. Didn't have to go to anybody else. I could go right to littermedia.com.
You hear him bragging. I was at Daytona Beach last weekend.
I was.
Or last week.
I was.
You just had to let everybody know.
Well, I think the cool thing about it is last year we went to Fort Walton Beach, which is over on the Gulf side in the panhandle of Florida, and I wasn't able to enjoy the beach in any fashion because of the back issue.
Yeah.
I mean, the first morning there, I woke up with this back issue that I just couldn't get rid of. And still having some effects from it, but I was able to get down on the beach with Miss Amelia, our granddaughter. It was her first beach experience, which was a lot of fun to watch her get to do what I used to do as a kid when we would go to Virginia Beach all the time.
Yeah.
My Aunt Margie lived in Virginia Beach, so all of our vacations were at Aunt Margie's house. And it cost nothing like what it did for us to go to Daytona.
Yeah. I've been to Daytona Beach. I didn't really enjoy it.
Is that right?
No, because I was on the beach trying to read a book, and I couldn't see the pages of the book because the sun was so bright that when I looked at the pages, it was blinding me. You know, like when it's really sunny and there's snow on the ground, and it hurts your eyes.
Were you wearing sunglasses?
I don't remember.
Did you have a beach umbrella?
No, I didn't.
Okay. That could be, those items would change your thoughts.
I think they probably would.
Yes. That plus if you were reading a Kindle book or something, that might make it
See,
even
I like a physical.
too.
I like a book.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, having a book in your hand. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at news and sports for you. We're at that point in time where we're at the All-Star break, so we'll touch a little bit on the All-Star game and more just ahead. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If you have an issue with any of these conditions in your home or your business, they can take care of that for you. If you're building a new home or building a new business, check into Accurate. They do a lot of contract work as well. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it takes you to AccurateHVAC.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Saturday, coming back from vacation, my son pointed out, "Dad, have you seen the post for Hometown Motors Incorporated?" I said, "No. What are you talking about?" Well, this is almost verbatim what it says. Prices this low, you'll probably think we've lost our minds. SCAG clearance sale is going on now at Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. You can choose from a wide selection of SCAG mowing equipment, but you better hurry because once they're gone, and so are the prices that are this low. Don't let this opportunity pass before you buy. Do yourself a favor, give a call to Hometown Motors. Their number is 740-773-8826, and you'll get more information. Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the outdoors.
At 818 Eastern Avenue.
Correct. LitterMedia.com, if you click on any one of the ads there for any of our sponsors, including Hometown Motors, it'll take you right to either their website or their social media where you can learn more about those businesses. So if you want to do the same for Hometown Motors, just click on it and it'll take you right there. Today is the first full day of the fairs for Jackson County and also Fayette County. And we've got a number of things happening at the fair. Of course, a lot of the shows are taking place. Cletus T. Judd, I believe, is over at the Jackson County Fair. And they've got tractor pulls and that sort of thing going on the first couple of nights over at Fayette County Fair. So if you want to find out more, check them out on their Facebook pages. That's where they have a lot of the details.
Speaking of fairs, but this is a different type of fair. This Wednesday, Pixelle, owner and operator of the paper mill in Chillicothe, will be hosting a job fair for its employees impacted by the plant's recently announced closure. The job fair will be held at Ohio University Chillicothe's campus inside the Shoemaker Center from 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. Pixelle employees are invited to attend the event as a chance to connect with regional employers and workforce development services. Employees can use the allotted time to seek new employment opportunities and resources such as training. It also gives local employers a chance to meet with and potentially hire local employees that will be displaced due to the Pixelle closure.
Mm-hmm. Good to see them getting at opportunities. Next Generation 911, or 911 if you want to say it that way, emergency system, 15 additional counties have now begun the onboarding process. This includes Fairfield, Hocking, Jackson, Pickaway, Ross, and Vinton counties. Now, the Next Generation 911 modernizes how Ohioans interact with 911, allowing citizens to text and use smartwatches and other wearable technology to contact 911. This technology also saves critical seconds when Ohioans call emergency services by reducing the number of call transfers between 911 call centers and by more precisely pinpointing the location of callers using cell phones. The remaining counties in Ohio have 5 years to migrate to the new system. This is something we probably should look into. I mean, with Pickaway and Ross County, Pickaway County just developed probably 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, a new 911 center. And so it'd be interesting to see how that is being transformed into this new next gen portion of 911, plus what are we doing here in Ross County?
Yeah.
So we'll have to reach out to those folks involved.
Very interesting stuff. Rachel and Eric Harris of Beers Run Mud were in talking about Mudfest, which is happening on July 19th, where pre-registered workers from the Pixelle mill will benefit from proceeds from sales at the festival.
The funds are directly going to people that are affected by losing their jobs. But we will have mill mugs available at the event, also limited supply.
Okay.
So if you have not pre-ordered, we will have a few available until supplies run out.
Can you see, or have you even thought this far down the road, that we're going to have to make more of these because there's more people that want to buy them?
Yes. Yes. We actually opened up pre-orders 3 separate times because we were approached so many times, and we're actually pushing production into 2026.
If you want to find out more about the Beers Run Mudfest, check out this full interview, which is on our YouTube and our Facebook sites.
Hard to believe, but we're about 5 weeks away from school resuming. And the Pike County Back to School Bash, which is always a huge event, will be at 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. on August 9th at the Pike County Fairgrounds. Kids must be present with free clothing, school supplies, free food, and haircuts being distributed. I guess you can't distribute haircuts unless it's a coupon for it, but I believe they're actually doing haircuts there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go to that. I'm supposed to get a haircut tomorrow. The 43rd Area Agency on Aging District 7 will conduct their 43rd annual art exhibit September 22nd through October 17th at the Glen Activity Center in Bristol Village.
Very cool. I've not been to one of those shows, so I have to check that out.
I haven't either.
Yeah. Our road report for you today, a resurfacing project taking place on State Route 677 between Creek Road and State Route 278, and on State Route 278 between US 50 and State Route 56. This is all over in Hocking County. One lane is closed. Traffic is being maintained by flaggers. The estimated completion is October 30th, so if you're traveling over for any of the Hocking Hills cabins or anything like that, you might run into some delays in that respect. Be patient. You'll get to your cabin. All right, coming up in just a moment to look at sports for you. But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. 740-253-8389 is the number to call if you have need for a dumpster at your business or your home. Simply give them a call, or you can click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. Takes you right to their Facebook page for more details. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Time for sports. We have reached the All-Star break, and that's where that's where we start seeing all the troubled news about troubled athletes coming out.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else for them to look at. But there were some things that took place. And we want to start off with Austin Hill Motorsports. And it was disappointing for Austin Hill and disappointing for, I think, a lot of his fans that he was unable to qualify Friday for that road course race at Sonoma Raceway. He was just like a second off of qualifying. The problem was there's only 38 positions on the Xfinity, and he was 39th.
Yeah.
And that was a shame. But he did get some valuable time behind the wheel, so that's good news there. He will have another opportunity with Joey Gase Racing coming up in a few weeks on the road course at Watkins Glen up in New York. So we wish him well. That's coming up. I think it's the weekend of August 8th is the Friday qualifying, and I think the 9th is the actual race. So, but he had the opportunity to stick around for Saturday and Sunday's race and learned a lot more by being close and working with them. All those guys that are on there on a regular basis at the Xfinity and the NASCAR level, the Cup Series, these guys had opportunities like this as well. So happy for Austin Hill. And I if he's that close to making it, he just might find a spot at Watkins Glen this coming August.
Still early in the high school football offseason, but the Cavs 7-on-7 tournament was underway Saturday morning. They've only had a few practices under their belts so far, but I was seeing some really impressive things out of these kids at the 7-on-7.
Yeah, and this is that period of time where they can have these 7-on-7s. And Chillicothe wins this, but there's Huntington. I think that's Frankie Hirsch throwing the ball there. You've got a number of kids that were there from 5 schools, Chillicothe as well as Huntington. Nelsonville. You said Parkersburg South.
Yes.
And
Eastern.
With our buddies from down around Beaver. So pretty cool. This is something that the Jackson officials group put together. And I believe there were like 80 officials there.
Watch this catch.
Watching.
Interception from the Cavs.
Yes, that is Carte Ligon. And
he's got hands.
He does have. He's got hands. He's got speed as well. That wasn't his only interception, from what I understand.
No, it wasn't.
I did see some other things. There's Coach T.J. Carper, new coach of the Chillicothe Cavaliers. And you say you weren't able to catch up with him, huh?
No, I wasn't. He was all over the place all day.
Yes, he was. And you see Coach Clay Beeler in the background there for Huntington as well. So pretty warm day, you say?
It was warm. And it worked out well for the Cavs.
Yeah,
they won this tournament.
They won it, yeah. Don't know who they played for the championship, though, huh?
Can't remember.
Yeah.
It wasn't Huntington.
TJ had messaged me about this here a few weeks ago, and I said, I'd love to be there, but I'll be on a plane coming back from Daytona Beach. Yeah. And so I won't be able to be there, but we'll try and have some cameras there. So appreciate you going out and checking that out. And for a lot of folks, this is an opportunity to get that football taste.
Yeah.
Get that feel.
And there were fans there.
Yes, absolutely. With the baseball continuing, Chillicothe Paints find themselves continuing. They're starting to motor back. They evened their mark overall at 16-16 with a win yesterday over Danville, 9-4. In the second half of the season, they are in second place right now behind Lafayette. The Aviators will be in town tonight. It's Dime a Dog night for the Chillicothe Paints. Gates open up at 6:05 and game time is 7:05. I say for the Chillicothe Paints, but it's really for the fans.
Yeah.
Because if the Paints players are having, a bag of hot dogs for $1, which is great, they'd be kind of sluggish going around.
Yeah, you'd think so.
So hopefully that's not the circumstance. Reds took their series with the Rockies 4-2, the final yesterday, which turned out to be Tito's 2000th victory. Congratulations to Tito, and a number of major leaguers were congratulating him on video that I saw from I think it was on MLB on X, and a number of the guys that had either coached with him, played for him. Many of them are current Reds as well. They're tipping the cap to him as well. Reds are off now due to the All-Star break. So are the Guardians after they won 3 of 4 games against the White Sox. Didn't they lose 10 straight?
Yeah.
Then they won 6 or last 7, something like that. Now it's the All-Star break. We'll talk more about that in this date in history. The Major League Draft began yesterday, Major League Baseball, and in its recap, you see the Reds took 3 players. The Guardians picked up 5. For the Reds, a couple of high schoolers. First pick was shortstop Steele Hall. They call him Woody.
But his name is Steele.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it was a play on words. But he's a high schooler, but talented enough to be the 9th pick overall in the Major League Baseball draft. They also took right-handed pitcher Aaron Watson and right-handed pitcher Mason Morris from Ole Miss, which ought to make the left-hander, the Cowboy, it should make him happy because he's a Mississippi boy. For the Guardians, they took Jace LaViolette along with Dean Curley, an infielder, which would make my sister happy. She's a Tennessee fan. That's where he played. Outfielder Aaron Walton, right-handed pitcher Will Hines, and Nolan Schubert, an outfielder. If I'm not mistaken, all of their kids that were taken are college players. So they all had, maybe 3 or 4 years experience on these high school kids that are taken in the draft. So Major League Baseball's draft day 2 is today. Be a number of people who were signed, and we probably won't hear a whole lot about them.
Probably not.
Yeah. And you'll forget these names until maybe 3, maybe 4 seasons from now when they start coming up through the minor leagues.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye on them. All right. Coming up in a moment, this date in history. But first,
we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. There's no bill when there's a fill. Contact Litter Quality Propane today about our metered gas service at litterpropane.com.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When insuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
all right, on to this date in history. We turn the clock back to 1953. The All-Star Game being played in Cincinnati. Baseball's big show, the All-Star Game. This was played at Crosley Field, which I never got to experience because they tore it down. First Reds game I went to was against the Pittsburgh Pirates at Riverfront Stadium back in the day. But for this, it would be the second and final time the Midsummer Classic was played there because they tore the stadium down, obviously. The first time was in 1938. But the Cincinnati folks have also hosted the 1970 All-Star Game. That had Pete Rose in the big collision at home plate with Ray Fosse of the Oakland Athletics. 1988, when Spuds McKenzie was big, and it was in the horrible, I can remember Spuds, but I can't remember his last name off the top of my head. His daughter is part of the Cincinnati Reds TV network now. And also 2015 was the most recent time they held the All-Star game in Cincinnati. For Cleveland, those of you wondering about that, 1935 was the first one, then 54, 63, 1981, 1997, and most recently in 2019, which I hardly remember. Hard to remember that. But I can remember the 2015 event in Cincinnati because that's when Todd Frazier won the home run derby, and it was nuts. His brother was pitching to him, and he was just putting like softball throws up there, and boom, boom, boom. He couldn't stop hitting home runs. It was incredible. And if I remember correctly, watching that, they had this date in history on Major League Baseball, and it was Todd Frazier hitting the home run derby on July 13th. Mm-hmm. Our power had gone out. A tree fell and took out the power line. I wanted to watch the home run derby. Plus, I didn't want to be late for work on the radio station. So we came into Chillicothe and spent the night at a hotel so I could watch the home run derby. And I'm glad I did because I was able to see the Todd father do his damage on home run derby night. Wow. So the things and the extent you do to please sports fans.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, that's a look at what's making news for us today around the area. The good news going on, not just here in Chillicothe, but in points surrounding what we consider to be our coverage territory. Don't forget, again, the Fayette County Fair going on over in Washington Courthouse, and over in Wellston, it's the Jackson County Fair. You would think it would be in Jackson, but it's over in Wellston. You ever been to the Jackson County Fair?
I don't think I have.
I have not either. I've been by the fairgrounds a few times, but that's been about it. Maybe we should go see Cletus T. Judd.
Maybe.
And see. I think it's Wednesday night, though. That's a church night, so I won't be there. Sorry, Cletus. Thank you for watching this edition of Litter Media Live. We have a special edition for you tomorrow morning with the new interim dean for Ohio University Chillicothe. So until then, enjoy the rest of your Monday. We'll see you tomorrow here on Litter Media Live.